Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sangha conference call for the mid-morning session of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavata. And today's class will be given by His Grace Ramgiridhari Prabhu. Vanchakalpadrupasha Kripasindhupevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Very beautiful recitation by, I think, Priti Vilasini Mataji recited today, Bhagavad Gita verses.
I think so.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Funny Preeti Vilasni
So
Mataji
before
is
moving on to
saying
the
all
session,
things.
I would like to know who call today.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam, so glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirtida Sundari Dasi. Thank you, Preeti Mataji, for the very beautiful recitation.
Hare Krishna, Kirtida Sundari Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, Shastra Prabhupada. This is Preeti Vilasni Devidasi from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you for your warm welcoming, Mataji. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji. Please accept my humble so much, Mataji, for joining the call, and thank you so much for a wonderful recitation of Bhagavad Gita verses. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Thank you, Preeti Vilasni Mataji, for beautiful recitation.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call, and thank you for all your wonderful services, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call for the mid-morning session of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, which will be given by His Grace Ramgiridhari Prabhu. But before moving on to the session, I would like to read Prabhupada's quote for today. So today's Prabhupada quote is, 23rd December, Prabhupada has written from Los Angeles in 1968. Anukarana, Anusharana. There are two Sanskrit words, Anukaran, Anusharan. One is imitation and one is following the footprints. Okay. If one tries to follow the footprints of great personalities, that is very nice, but we cannot imitate. Imitation is dangerous. Jai Srila Prabhupada. So that's really a wonderful quote by Srila Prabhupada. So I don't see Prabhuji on the call. So till Prabhuji joins, if anyone wants to introduce themselves, you can go ahead with the introduction.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Neetu Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the assembled devotees, Shri Yashamati Priya Devidasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Priya Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call and giving us a wonderful association. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody else who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Sugopi Devidasi from Rajasthan. Thank you for
Sugopi
your
Mataji.
wonderful.
Hare Krishna, Sugopi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Anybody else who would like to introduce? Prabhuji has joined? No, I think. Okay, let's chant till Prabhuji joins. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna. I'm sorry, Mataji, for the background noises.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I have already texted Ramgiridhari Prabhu, waiting for him to join. In the meantime, we can discuss little bit. Today is the 1 minute. Let me see if I've sent him the message. Okay, let's wait for him. Today is the disappearance day of Srila Jiva Goswami. Okay, Prabhuji has joined. Otherwise, I was thinking let's talk something about Jiva Goswami, but Prabhuji is there on the call.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji is joined, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining us today and giving us a nectar of Sri Caitanya Bhagavath. Very sorry for the background noises. Since I'm out, too much noise is there. I myself, I cannot hear what I'm speaking. Sorry if I'm speaking anything wrong. And today's verses will be from Caitanya Bhagavath, Antya khanda, chapter 4, 4:11 to 4:24. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, over to you.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So we are reading from Caitanya Bhagavata, Antya khanda, chapter 4, text number 411. Sorry, 1 second. What is the text number? 411 to 424, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, yeah.
I'm sharing the screen.
Oh, very kind of you. तारहित चिंतिते भावेन निति निति कृष्ण प्रकातहयेन एयितान्द्रमति. He would daily think about people's welfare. His desire was that Krishna would advent. Krishna yatra horatri Krishna sankirtanam ihara uddesha nahi jane kona janam. No one knew anything about the festivals related to Krishna or the all-night chanting of Krishna's names and glories. Dharma karma loka sabaye matra jane mangala chandira gite kare jagarane. The only religious principle and pious activity that people knew was to sing the glories of Mangala Chandi throughout the night. Devata janena sabe sashti vishahari tahare sevane sabe mahadhambakari. The only deities they knew were Shashti and Vishahari, the goddess of snakes. They worshipped the deities with great pride. Dhanavamsha Baduka Kariya Kamya Manem Madhyamam Se Dhanava Pujaye Kona Janem. Some people worshipped the demons with wine and meat for the purpose of increasing their wealth and family. Yogi Pala Bhogi Pala Mahipale Ragita Iha Suni Bhare Sarvaloka Anandita. Everyone was happy to hear the glories of the best of the yogis, the best of the sense enjoyers, and the best of the rulers. Ati Bhada Sukritiye Snanera Samayam Govinda Pundari Kaksha Nama Uchara Rayam. Only the most pious persons would recite the names of Pundari Kaksha and Govinda at the time of taking bath. Kareva Vaishnava Bali Kiva Sankirtanam Keneva Krishnera Nritya Keneva Krandanam Vishnu Maya Vase Loka Kichuyi Na Jane Sakala Jagat Bhada Mahata Mogune. By the influence of Vishnu's illusory energy, people did not know who was a Vaishnava and what was Sankirtana or what was dancing and crying for Krishna. The entire world was entangled in the mode of ignorance. Lokadeki dukkha bhave Sri Madhava Puri Hena nahi tilarda sambhasayare kari. Sri Madhavendra Puri became distressed on seeing the condition of the people. He did not find anyone fit to converse with. Sanyasi rasaneva karena sambhashanam seha apanare matra bale narayanam. When he tried to speak with the sannyasi would claim to be Narayana. Ye dukke sannyasi sange na kahe na kata he nam sthana nahi Krishna bhakti suni yatam. Because of this unhappy situation, he would not speak with sannyasis. He could not find any place where devotional service to Krishna was discussed. Jnana yogi tapasvi sannyasi kyatyara karamukena hi dhasya mahima prachara. Even those renowned as jnanis, yogis, ascetics, and sannyasis never spoke about the glories of service to the Lord. Purport. People who are intoxicated by material life considered that by worshipping Mangala Chandi and singing her glories, They had attained the highest platform of religious principles and pious activities. They took great pride in the service of Vishahari and Sashti. In other words, they considered their service as equal to the service of the Supreme Lord. And in this way, they propagated their learned stature. Some of them worshipped the demons and daityas to increase their wealth and family and to fulfill the material desires. Some of them glorified their temporary fruitive activities by praising the activities of the best of the yogis, the best of the sense enjoyers, and the best of the rulers. The most pious people chanted the names of Pundarikaksha and Govinda only at the time of taking bath. People intoxicated with material life would never discuss the glorification of Krishna, Vaishnavas, or the purpose of Krishna's variegated pastimes. On seeing such abominable behavior of the materialistic people, Sri Madhavendra Puri became unhappy. Madhavendra Puri did not even try to converse with the best of sannyasis who proudly claimed to be Narayana. He merged in an ocean of distress because he saw that the people of entire world were devoid of devotional service. Although he introduced the performance of congregationally glorifying Krishna's pastimes with the desire to deliver such people, they could not understand his intention. The so-called Gyanis, Yogis, ascetics, sannyasis could not understand the glories of devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Yata adhyapaka sab tarka se vakhane tara sab krishnera vigraha nahi mane. All the teachers simply taught dry argument. They did not accept that Krishna has a form. Purport. The best of the Sanskrit teachers were the crest jewels among dry speculators. They became averse to Krishna's service by considering that his form was ordinary. They tried to establish through argument that devotional service to the Lord was useless. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yenam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, thanks to Sripad Madhavendra Puri, all glories to Sripad Advaitacharya, all glories to Vrindavan Das Thakur, and definitely our Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, to give such a revelation about in what condition the world was or the people were when our Acharyas took up preaching initiatives, especially our younger generation, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Gen Beta. They have a very peculiar situation. Unlike the old generation, they want, in general, I'm not saying devotees, they want easy going life, not taking any extra tensions. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with Gen Z languages because of my dealing with youths over here. I keep myself updated at least to some extent. And one of the latest, words that I learned was Delulu is the Solulu. I'm not sure if anybody have heard this. At least that's something that is happening. Delulu is the Solulu means delusion is the solution. Meaning, if you get into reality, anyway, it is very complicated. I can't understand. Or I may have to do a lot of things myself. Best is remain deluded. That's the best solution to remain happy. Can you just imagine the height of stupidity? So if you see the history of this human civilization, for every time an acharya has to come forward and do groundbreaking things. Prior to that, such nonsenses would be at the peak. Right from Shankaracharya time onwards, up till our divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada's time, if you take every period in time, Acharya's appearance was a very kind mercy of Krishna to send them here. Otherwise, nobody could handle such jokers. Just imagine, we have a classroom full of Delulu is the Solulu people. What will you talk Krishna consciousness? No fame, no reaction. Everything you will speak will be, going. They will, all of them sitting together will see at you as if I am, or we are some bunch of aliens. What language these people are speaking? What is their priority? What is their focus? Some really mad guys have come and talking something, coming in the way of our enjoyment. That will be their conclusion. So Advaita Acharya is glorifying about Sripad Madhavendra Puri, how Sripad Madhavendra Puri is such a self-realized soul. At what condition he came into this world and how his arrival began the era of cleaning, mass cleaning, complete groundbreaking preaching. So Madhavendra Puripad gave us Ishvara Puripad. Ishvara Puripad gave us Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of course, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chose himself to be part of that, arrangement. But even if you go by history arrangement, so that is why Srila Prabhupada has made a prediction that the second generation or third generation, I don't know what the exact reference is, will do what Srila Prabhupada has done. They will take it to the next level. So Srila Prabhupada had arrived at that era where hippiism, terrible, sense of sense gratification was at its peak. Srila Prabhupada came, gave Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to us, established the framework for us. Srila Prabhupada's disciple has taken to the next level. Now, we have so many wonderful resources, so many wonderful people, so many wonderful opportunity. It is just waiting for all of us in this room to just go out there and perform our services and explode this Harinam Sankirtan to every nook and corner of this universe. Jayapataka Maharaj, in his last lecture in Mumbai, morning on 17th of December, if I'm right, the date. So on that day, he was mentioning that Nityananda Prabhu, it is on the day of Uddharana Thakur, Datta Thakur's disappearance day. He was telling how Srila Prabhupada belonged to the family of, Uddharana Datta Thakur's family, and Prabhupada never claimed that. and how Sri Nityananda Prabhu and all the associates of Nityananda Prabhu, they even preached dacoits and delivered them. And Maharaj was explaining that they did not even leave behind one customer. Everybody were, converted. So Maharaj was, encouraging us that please don't spare one soul. Go after everyone and give them Krishna consciousness. If they don't take it, that's another point. But we should not spare them because they are in such an illusion. They are in such a darkness state that the only solution for them is to chant the holy name of the Lord and come to reality. So Sripad Madhavendra Puri, when he came out to, when he's on one side of the paradigm where he's constantly thinking, glorifying, meditating on Krishna's pastimes and floating on transcendental ecstasy. On the other side, look at these jokers, the definitions that we just read from 411 to 422, almost like 11, 12 verses, describing about the state of consciousness of people who are in illusion. But the height of it is, none of them knew they were an illusion, and they were thinking how they are so wonderful and doing some great things. It's almost similar to our state. So Madhavendra Puri's time was also like that. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when he had to come, his time was also like that. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's time was also like that. And Srila Prabhupada's time was like, if you see every history, an Acharya will come up for establishing and installing the flag of Sankirtan. So just before I logged in, I heard Kirtida Sundari Mataji was going to glorify Jiva Goswami and I missed that chance. Point is that Jiva Goswami's disappearance day today, and Jiva Goswami is one such Acharya. I was in Vrindavan Dham last December along with the team of devotees with Hanumat Prashik Maharaj, and we were in Radha Govindji temple. And Radhika Raman Prabhu mentioned something very wonderful about Jiva Goswami. He said, unlike our presumption or understanding of what Goswamis were up to, all these Goswamis, they were not just sentimental, emotional people, but they were scientific preachers. Scientific meaning their actions were not just to withdraw themselves from worldly life. Of course, their bhajana and practices were there, but they very much knew to establish Krishna consciousness, there are a lot of things that are required to be taken care. And one of the important aspects of that was to identify all the pastime places, procure the land from the respective, whatever at that time the rulers were there, and necessarily agreements were made, acquire the land, constructed the temple, made sure necessary spiritual embassies were set so that the next generation of preachers or the preachers going to come after generations have a very important platform for practicing Krishna consciousness. So Jiva Goswami's responsibility was to identify the land, do the land registration, draft the agreement along with all the other literary work he has done. Of all the 6 Goswamis, Jiva Goswami was the one who has written more number of literatures and also have done some very groundbreaking things. So it was not that Jiva Goswami sitting in some room and some writing. He has done a lot of preaching, lot of activities, lot of outreach, lot of administrative, apparently legal, financial, so many things that they have done, so that we are all sitting today and scratching on the surface of Krishna consciousness. What they have done is actual Krishna consciousness. So it's very interesting to see that how acharyas positions are not to be undermined, and they have done something substantial, groundbreaking to deliver all of us. With that background, I want to turn this current context through some sets of reflections. The very first reflection is about differentiating between a self-realized soul, an amateur practicing Krishna conscious person, and a person deeply involved in sense gratification. Several comparisons, several differences can be brought in, but one thing that I want to highlight is a self-realized soul, when they see such jokers, when they see such people behaving in such a, funny, brainless manner, they have, the first reaction is they have a dukkha, para dukkha dukhi. They feel pain. Oh my God, who will deliver them? A person who is an amateur will either hate them or go away from them. And a person who is a sense gratifier will enjoy with them. Because I see many Krishna conscious devotees nowadays, why they are not interested in going out and say, oh Prabhu, they are all in Maya, we cannot go there. They are all in difficulty, we cannot go there. They are all in distress, I cannot go there. I cannot help them, I cannot go out of the way, they are too difficult to handle. So we have several reasons not to go towards them. But we have forgotten, we were one amongst them. Somebody put their hand into that filth, lifted us up. Doya kori more patita dekiya kahila maregiya. One soul saw me suffering. He put his hand inside that, lifted me. So the aspect of Krishna consciousness that will define us to be part of Gaudiya Vaishnavism is para dukkha dukhi. I am not saying we are supposed to imitate like these acharyas. I am not saying that we are supposed to do some groundbreaking things. We cannot. But para dukkha dukhi, meaning when we see others in distress, when we see somebody is going towards distress, somebody is subscribing distress and not realizing that distress, we should feel the pain. For a very simple reason, that we were also one amongst them. Now we are happy. At least we are going towards happiness. Somebody has lifted us up. Somebody has gave us life. I am sitting and talking. Damn, what do I know in Krishna consciousness? Nothing. Like a croaking frog, I am saying something. But the words have some power because somebody gave me that words. I am repeating those words to my best possible capacity. Otherwise, there is no yogyata, there is no qualification. But one thing I realized, I was talking yesterday in last Sunday on our congregation, that we cannot go back. If we go back, we can't enjoy materialistic life. Whether we are enjoying Krishna consciousness or not, that's another scenario. But we can't enjoy materialistic life as much as the materialistic life offers enjoyment. Because we are not in illusion. We are not in transcendence is another point, but we are not in illusion. Why? We have been given necessary enablement, empowerment, blessings and knowledge, so much so to realize we are not this body, spirit, soul. Krishna is Supreme Personal of Godhead. Chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is our only solution. And this material world is a place of temporariness and there is no fun here. Theoretically, we know this. Only our conditioning is holding us back in being fully Krishna conscious. Otherwise, we are okay. We meaning all of us who are practicing devotees. It is like we are kacha aam. It's like a unripened mango. But we are part of this Chaitanya tree now. Very soon, if we stay put into this process of Krishna consciousness, we will also ripe. We will also blossom. We will also win ourselves and many more souls to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And for that, very fundamental aspect of it is we should have daya. We should have dukkha, that I am not able to deliver myself. I see so many people are not able to, deliver themselves. They are suffering. And here there is a solution. So how can I extend myself? So that is the greatness of Sripad Madhavendra Puri. Srila Prabhupada was very comfortably settled in Vrindavan Dham. But he didn't want to settle there because his heart was bleeding looking at the people suffering out there. So the glory of a self-realized soul is he keep observing sharp who is how is everyone and does not get affected by them, but go within them, through them, and provide solution and win them. Those who could take their help, great. Those who couldn't, what possibility they have? So my first reflection is that do we have the ethos of a Gaudiya Vaishnavism, which is daya, mercy, para dukkha dukhi? Yes, we are dealing with a bunch of jokers. But please, let's not forget, we too once were like them. The power is not in our action. Power is in our surrender. The just having surrender to this Gaudiya Vaishnavism, and you just simply be there as an instrument in Krishna's self-realized soul's hands. You will see miracle happen. Meaning, as they say in India, ministers or a celebrity or a influential person's children, sometimes they want to get graduation and they don't go to college. They don't go for any of the regular mainstream, but they somehow manage to get their degree. But even them, for them to get the degree, they have to go to the examination hall. They have to sit there. They have to show as if they are writing something. They have to do something. So they have to be part of the process. They may not even do something. Similarly, I may not be a devotee. I may not have the necessary acumen to convert, transform someone. But just because I am doing what is being told to do in little sincerity, we will see transformation happening both within as well as surrounding. So all the acharyas are requesting what? Please come forward, join us, help me. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked that, Srila Prabhupada asked that, our spiritual masters are calling us out. Our irony is, we neither change nor help for others to change, and we hate them. So if we are having such a propensity, we are not going to be bringing in smile in the face of our Vaishnava acharyas. So my first reflection is, let's get inspired to say that I was delivered from this Delulu is the Solulu congregation, from this delusional people, from this crazy people who are worshipping snakes, who are worshipping Chandi, who are thinking that just by doing some praises of rulers and great people, I am doing something good. People who who are in darkest illusion. We see what is described then is still happening in different parts of the world. People don't even know they are committing crime. We have several Mrigaris now. But somehow we are not part of them because of some kindness shown towards us. Why us? Don't know. But somehow us. So now can we share that same care, same concern that our acharyas had to win such souls? So my first reflection is about how we need to show the sign of paradukka dukhi, show the sign of distress when you see others in pain. We may not, at least let us, do we even have a distress when somebody is in pain? If we have pleasure when somebody is in pain, it's an insult to, we being in the Sankirtan mission, because that's not our mood. That's not our Acharya's mood. Our Acharya's mood is somehow or other. They go out of the way. They take all the pains. Look at how Madhavendra Puri's last days in life, what he did, how Srila Prabhupada's health and situation was, how Raghunath Das Goswami, and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami during their last days were. Look at all the acharyas. They have been through external discomfort. I wouldn't say challenges, because nobody can pose challenges to them. They are beyond them. But external discomfort, apparently. But still they worked through to win suffering souls, souls in distress, souls in illusion, by extending their, kataksha, karuna kataksha, very important vision of being kind soul, because they knew what it means to be living in illusion. So my first reflection is to say, we definitely have to begin to feel sorry for the suffering souls. That is one of the steps, one of the checks of our transformation. If I have feeling of sorry, not suffering devotees, suffering, not only suffering devotees, all suffering souls. When you see them suffering, what is your feeling? Your feeling is neutral. Your feeling is, wow, let them suffer. Your feeling is no reaction, all are failure. Your feeling should be feeling sorry. Oh my God. Who will help them? Someone should help them. Our Food for Life program came because of that. Book distribution program came because of that. Sankirtan program came because of that. Because our Acharya saw us suffering. I was reading one interesting quote of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada says, when I was performing Kirtan, I did not see if I had crowd getting attracted to me or not. My focus was to glorify Krishna, and when I glorified Krishna, crowd came forward. Such a profound statement. Meaning, what were their focus? Because he said, for me to glorify Krishna, I don't need crowd. But if you glorify Krishna, Krishna sends you crowd. So all we are trying to do is glorify Krishna. When you sit and glory, one time one group of devotees wanted to go for Nagar Sankirtan. So they said the Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, we are going for Nagar Sankirtan, and Srila Prabhupada said, okay, fine. So they all went for Nagar Sankirtan and came back. And they came back within 10 minutes. Srila Prabhupada said that you were going to go for a Harinam, and how did you come so early? Srila Prabhupada, nobody were in the streets where we went for Nagar Sankirtan. And Srila Prabhupada said, didn't you see trees, plants, so many jivas out there? Why did you think Hare Krishna Mahamantra or Harinam is only for human beings? Go out and perform Nagar Sankirtan. So he sent them back. That is the vision of an Acharya. Para dukkha dukhi. Oh my God, this poor animal. Now we have dukkha dukhi of only dog and cats at home. Oh my God, this poor cat, poor dog, poor cat, golden retriever, and we'll keep enjoying with them. What about all the suffering souls? What about our own parents, being unattended? What about our own siblings? What about our own neighbors? What about our own friends? नहीं प्रभु जी हमको उनके साथ जमता नहीं है. I don't have good relationship with them. We have so many our quotients. So because of our quotients, because of our arrogance, because of our own shortcomings, we are not extending ourselves to others. And that's exactly what acharyas have broken, where they say independent of anything, I am being kind. At least have a tendency saying that they are suffering souls. Krishna, please help. So, as a part of our first reformation, can we watch out and say, do I have the kind heart to think and realize para dukkha dukhi? Other sufferings gives me suffering. And as a corrective course of action, let me not be part of the problem. Let me at least pray for them, as well as let me not add more problem to the society. Second reflection. So Madhavendra Puripad, when he witnessed all these people. So I am just extrapolating this current conversation, how he felt discomfort. He did not associate. He did not, mingle with them. But he eventually, we will be reading, forward. Eventually, how the Sankirtan mission came forward. So the idea is, every practicing Krishna conscious devotee should learn to strategize his or her life to be part of a Krishna conscious initiative or create a Krishna conscious initiative. And this actually does not limit in only emotionally, but in action. What I said in the first reflection is about emotion, feeling of sorry, feeling of dukkha, necessary to think about how to give mercy. The second reflection is actually strategizing, like how we do financial planning, how we do our career planning, how we do our children's education planning. We should also plan, how am I going to be part of this Sankirtan mission? I have shared this pastime several times, but one more time I'll repeat in this current context, which I heard it again from Swarna Jayapataka Maharaj, maybe 30 years before in Vrindavan Dham. So that was a time where in ISKCON India, there used to be a concept called Regional Governing Body, RGB. So they had a meeting in Vrindavan at that time. So Jayapataka Maharaj is giving Bhagavatam class. At that time, he gave the example of a pastime of Abhiram Thakur. So Abhiram Thakur is none other than Sridama. So he narrated the entire pastime. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was performing his Leela, suddenly one day he asked Nityananda Prabhu, who is Balaram, saying that most of us are here, but where is Sridama? So Nityananda Prabhu said that I don't know. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you go to Vrindavan and search for him. So Nityananda Prabhu as Balaram came to Vrindavan Dham. So all the boys, they used to regularly meet in Bandirvan. Bandirvan is famous for a few pastimes. One of the pastimes is that regularly they all used to sit and eat their lunch. Mostly, in other places also they had. On the day when Krishna was leaving to Mathura with Akrura, So he was passing via Giriraj and Lota Baba's place. So on the way he met Sridama. Sridama is one Saka who is extremely attached to Krishna. I mean, for him, Krishna means his life. He can't think of his existence without Krishna. That was the case for everyone, but as a Saka, he's a Priya Saka. He's so much attached to Krishna. So he said, Krishna, Krishna, where are you going? I have brought, special food for you. Let us sit together and eat. Krishna was going. He said, wait, I'm going to Mathura. I'll just finish my, thing and come back. We'll have lunch together. Krishna never came back, at least in the manifested Leela. So Sridama never left that place. He was waiting, crying, waiting. Dwapara Yuga finished. Kali Yuga started. He was sitting in one gufa in Giriraj Govardhan and he was crying. Krishna, 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 Krishna. And Nityananda Prabhu knew he's Balaram. So he straight away went to that cave where Sridama was crying. Hey Sridam, what are you doing here? Come out. So suddenly Sridama couldn't believe his ears. Somebody is calling my name. Who are you? Who are you? Huh? So don't you recognize me? I am Balaram. Balaram, you look different. My Balaram is different. You are looking different. So, and Sridama was huge. I mean, he was told that in the previous age, people were of different dimensions in terms of form and shape. So, he saw Nityananda Prabhu, slightly different, way. He said, you can't be Balaram. My Balaram doesn't look like this. So, Jayapataka Maharaj explained that, Nityananda Prabhu circumambulated Giriraj Govardhan. It is said that these boys are so used to playing around Giriraj. He came like in a very fast, I don't remember exact, time. He just made it pretty fast, which is, apparently impossible for any normal human being. And something and all he did, so I don't exactly remember. So, but he revealed himself as Balaram. Hey, I am Balaram, and Krishna is waiting for you. So when Sridama said, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? I want to come. So Balaram, as Nityananda Prabhu, kept his hand on Sridama's forehead and transformed himself as Abhiram Thakur. So they all went to Navadvip and the preaching strategic planning were going on. And Abhiram Thakur was given some very important service. What was the service Abhiram Thakur was given? Abhiram Thakur used to be the data manager. Data mining, all the AI algorithm or whatever that you may have, he had the best of all the tools and technology. So he used to have census, he used to have a map in his room. He used to have data of all the villages, how many people are living in all the villages in and around Nadia, Navadvip. And in every village, how many people are chanting, how many people are not chanting, and how the preaching program is going on. All these things, he used to maintain the records. Every day or on a regular basis, he used to have a meeting with Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. And do what? Saying that Mahaprabhu, you see, this village has got 1,000 families. Of them, 600 are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Few of them are not chanting. And that next village has got close to 90% chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And some of them are wonderful preachers out there. Why don't we request some of them to relocate to this village and make sure that the preaching increase? So they used to discuss literally with the map. Jayapataka was very beautifully explained how Abhiram Thakur, along with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they just did not function just emotionally. They just did not just, okay, I did my job, let them take it or not take it. They didn't do like that. It was not just, okay, I did my job, okay, I spoke, whether he believed, understood, followed, not followed. They didn't leave it like that. They went, performed their preaching. They had built in their preaching strategy a sense of accountability and responsibility. So sometimes, or at least most of the times, I have seen or I have even experienced where we think preaching as a favor that I am doing to someone else. Oh, I am favoring someone. If he has not taken, it is his loss. If she is not taken, it is her loss. I did my job, so I am great. That's not the attitude, preaching works. It is a sense of accountability and responsibility and a care that it is exactly what my Guru and Gauranga is needing. How can I win those souls? What do I give? What do I take? How do I facilitate? How do I motivate? What strategy to adopt? And all the preaching strategies that our current contemporary preachers are doing, each of them is wonderful. Look at how Vaiseshika Prabhu has devised several strategies to give book distribution. Go and give it in hotels, go and give it in outside the shops, Bhadra Purnima program. So many strategies. Some devotees are strategizing, how can I go inside the prison and preach inside the prison, to preach the criminals in the prison. Somebody is doing preaching in, festivals, Woodstock festival. So somebody is preaching in so many wonderful ways. Glorious are all these Vaishnavas. Because they have the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood, the ethos of Krishna consciousness in their heart. So my second reflection that I want to say is that as a practicing devotee in our Krishna consciousness, is Krishna consciousness preaching, Krishna consciousness activity, a responsible, accountable one, not just a sentimental account, emotional one. Prabhupada writes in the introduction to Nectar of Devotion, consciousness alone is not enough. Cultivation is important. And Srila Prabhupada says, what is cultivation is all about? Cultivation means do something favorable for Krishna consciousness and remove something that is unfavorable for Krishna consciousness. So hence my second reflection is, as much as we are feeling sorry, we should be feeling sorry, we should feel, pain in others, in pain. We should strategize, put our hands into it, ourselves into it, become an accountable, responsible soldier in this Sankirtan mission. It is not an option. It is our privilege. It is our opportunity to be part of this great, glorious Sankirtan process. If you don't, then we are the losers, not anyone else. Don't think that if you don't go and give a class, if you don't go, if I don't go to the program, how this program will run? Nothing will stop. Everything will go as it is, because it is Krishna's program. None of us can control or stop it. But if we are part of it, we also get the benefit. In fact, we get the credit also for doing nothing. Just be part of it. All the credits are given to us. Amazing, isn't it? What did I do? Nothing. I just stayed there. Just stayed there for 10 days. So many credits, so many malas, so many, nothing, did nothing. So you are given credit. What if you do something? What if one or two extra endeavors you have taken, we'll have a horn, saying that I did something great. That's not the agenda. The agenda is, can we do something strategic for our Sankirtan mission? Especially in the current context, when all the proper disciples are getting old. I think I've told this before. His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj, 30 years before, if I can be precise, it's 1996, 97. So in Madurai, I was there. It's a long story. So anyway, I mentioned this before, but in one of the devotees' house, I asked Maharaj, please give your blessings. Maharaj held my shoulder very tight and said, 30 years before, Maharaj said, we guys are getting old. You are younger generation. Take the responsibility of this movement on your shoulders. I exactly remember the spot he said this point. Krishna's mercy, Maharaj is still taking this movement on his shoulders and waiting for us to give him some helping hand. Are we giving helping hand? Let's stand in front of the mirror and ask that question. The point is, ISKCON movement has gone through so many, phases. Challenging phase, financial crisis phase, political phase, issues and controversies. But one phase is always growing, which is winning the souls to the lotus feet of Krishna. That is a completely separate track. When all these problems are there, yes, because we are having a war with Maya, there will be some bloodbath, there will be some compromise, there will be some challenges, there will be some fall downs. But that's not the reason why we should deter. And most of us, we stay back saying, oh my God, ISKCON is this, that is happening, this news have come, that controversy have come. Where controversy is not there, where the problems are not there, as if this material world, everything is hunky-dory. So hence, it is our movement, it is our responsibility. The mood of our entire acharyas are that we try to take it up on our shoulders. And last but not least, by doing so, by doing what I said in point number 1 and 2, what do we achieve personally? Even though that is not part of the defined context here, we will be free from shoka, moha, bhaya. And we will be happily situated. Because the whole world is in shoka, moha, bhaya. The whole world is struggling, suffering. Etavat janma sapalyam dehinam iha dehishu pranair artair diya vacha shreya acharanam sada. Janma sapalyam. What is janma sapalyam? When you are able to dedicate pranair artair diya vacha, life, intelligence, wealth and words in the service of Krishna. How we should dedicate? Shreyat Acharanam Sada, not prayers. Prabhupada writes in the purport. There are 2 types of activities, which is prayers, second is Shreyas. Prayers means that which is temporarily beneficial. Prayers means that which is temporarily beneficial. Shreyas means that which is ultimately beneficial. So when we perform this ultimately beneficial activity, what happens? We are free from shoka moha bhaya. We are making others free from shoka moha bhaya. And we are making this world a better place to live. At least whilst we are living, can we create a better environment, better surrounding? Along with all the environmental sustainable conversation, one of the conversations that we need to add as a part of the environmental sustainability is spiritual consciousness. If the environment is clean, the technology is advanced, commercially we are progressed, but devotionally we are weak, sramayevahi kevalam, simply waste of time. So my third and last reflection is that by we participating in this mission as started as done by our acharyas, Sripad Madhavendra Puri, Jiva Goswami Pad, all the great wonderful Vaishnavas, till A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and his dearest followers. It is time for us to say that how can I be a useful soldier in the Sankirtan mission? So by doing so, we will be free from shoka, lamentation, moha, distraction and carrying forward with getting carried away by all this so-called allurement by fear. So, and that Srimad Bhagavatam provides. And Srimad Bhagavata means one who has learned to apply the philosophical understanding into actual practice. If we are not able to put in practice, we should take help of those who are putting in practice, and we should move forward. Because only theoretical knowledge, only having information knowledge, and not applying into preaching, it is actually insult to that knowledge only. We have to somehow or other be a soldier to revive ourselves and this suffering souls who are surrounding us. Thank you all so much. This current context, Advaita Acharya is now explaining how he took shelter of, how he took initiation, surrendered to Madhavendra Puri. So we are just in the initial context of how great Madhavendra Puri was and how suffering the soul, the whole world were. Looking at the descriptions, I didn't want to, because this description that we just read, they were all very self-explanatory, that how degraded consciousness people had. So we all have experience, because a similar setup is also happening now. But how our acharyas, they walked past this, purified them, and set up a platform, so we have something to offer them. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Any questions or comments? I'll be happy to respond.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. What a wonderful class, Prabhuji. Very nicely you said, means like this moment is there, means all our acharyas, means all our Guru Vargas are there. So they are still holding this moment on their shoulders, so expecting us to give some helping hands to them. And what are we doing? So that's a very right question, which we have to, I have to ask to myself. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this wonderful class. And again, about that pastime of recovering Nityananda, his friend, right, Sridham. So that was also very nice, Prabhuji. So yes, of course, when Guru Maharaj says, it's always a nectar when we hear from him. So thank you for recollecting that pastime, Prabhuji. So how much ever time we hear these pastimes, it's just reviving ourselves that what is our position in this material world. Thank you so much. And yes, we have raising hands, Prabhuji, from Vandana Mataji. Yeah, please go ahead. Hare Krishna, Vandana Mataji. Okay. Sunil Prabhu, you can go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for a very beautiful class. Prabhuji, I like so many points. But Prabhu, you have to say that we have to be part of this movement, Prabhu. Today, now I'm in this part of movement, Prabhu. I'm in association. But it may happen that I may leave the Krishna conscious only, Prabhu. So what can I do that I don't leave the Krishna consciousness?
I'm sorry to ask you. Oh, I'm not sure about your background and situation. But at least please don't say that you are sure to leave the movement, or you may leave the movement. One time I was in Chennai, and I went to meet my Guru Maharaj there, very late in the evening or sometime in the evening. So after our meeting and discussions and everything were over, so I said to him, Guru Maharaj, I'm leaving. I was leaving, meaning I was leaving the place. So I said, Guru Maharaj, I'm leaving. He shouted and said, no, don't say you're leaving, don't say you're leaving. The point I'm trying to say, Prabhu, is I'm sure, you may have challenges, or you may have some obstacles, or you may have some scenario situations where you think that, you are not able to cope up. But one thing for sure, that Krishna and his blessings are more powerful than the problem that we have. Somebody said, Instead of repeatedly going to Krishna and telling how many problems, how many challenges, how fallen you are, you keep all the problems in one place and look at them and say, I have Krishna with me. Which is better? Going and telling Krishna, I have problem 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Instead of telling Krishna how great problems we have, tell your problems how great Krishna is. He is with me. The problems will look very small. I am sorry that I may be saying statements without realizing any backgrounds of you, because that's the situation of online classes, because we don't know people's personal life and situations. But for sure, Krishna cannot let his devotees down. Apparently, it may appear that we may have to go through some rough patches, but destination, you will reach Krishna only. It is like this, Prabhu. We are all of us sitting in the right train, going to the right destination with the right company. The only difference it will make is if we deboard the train because of some disturbances. Your name is Sunil, so I presume so. You must have lived in India for some time. I'm not sure if you are born in US or where you are. In India, when you travel from one place to another place in a train, sometimes when you go, suppose for example, I'm going from Mumbai to Mayapur. There are sometimes some small village children, out of excitement, they look at the train and throw stones at them. It's just a play. They pick up a stone and throw at them. Suppose, for example, hey, I am an educated person. How can you throw stone at me? मैं अभी आके देखता हूँ तुमको क्या करता हूँ. Suppose if we react to that, we are in a running train. They are throwing stones at the train, may not necessarily at you, but unfortunately it has hit in your compartment. Maybe it has hurt, or maybe created some disturbance. How much to react to that? I pull the chain, get on the train, go up to the village kids, give them 5 whacks. Will it solve anything? It will not solve. We'll just move on. Many times, this is one situation where I get importance to some lesser problems. The second is the train is going and stopping in one station. Somebody is buying popcorn, somebody is buying potato chips, somebody is buying kachoris. We are also excited and going and running after them without realizing when my train is leaving. So be careful when you have to get down, when you have to get up, which seat you are still sitting. Don't leave your seat. You may get some carried away, you may get some distractions, you may get some toilet foul smell, you may get some some disturbances, but you are on the right train. You are in the right compartment with the right set of devotees. Maybe there are some bed bugs are there, maybe there are some mosquitoes are there, maybe something, but destination is correct. We will all reach Krishna. So the point is, that's the nature of this material world. And what is the motivation? Just look around. You are wonderful devotees. You are not the only one suffering. If at all you are, posing that as a threat, that I'm suffering, I may not be able to sustain Krishna consciousness. All of us are like that. If you think one grahastha is happy, it's only an illusion. Every grahastha is in trouble. Every grahastha ashrama is in trouble, meaning they are carrying a bigger baggage. So we have to cherish a Krishna Bhakta. If he is sad, it's an insult to Krishna. Actually, Krishna Bhakta can be sad because of others' sadness. Krishna Bhakta being sad for one's sadness can be only when you are guilty of you not implementing Krishna's directions or Gurudev's directions. To that extent, sadness is allowed. I am sad because I've lost, certain things, materialistic things. These, I guess, the moment we are accepted by Guru, not I guess, we are sure At the moment we are accepted by Guru and moment we are part of the Sankirtan mission, we are project for them. We are a project for them means every day we are going to have live operation. One extra fittings are going to be removed. So there will be pain. Because of these are all fittings which does not belong to us. We have acquired over a period of time thinking they belong to us. So Krishna has to remove them. So when that operation is happening, कुछ तो दर्द होगा ना सेठ. So उतना तो दर्द सहना पड़ेगा. We don't tolerate that pain. But the post-operation is celebration. And some of us, whilst the operation also celebration. So let us celebrate. That's all I can say. Does that make sense, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. We'll hold on to it, Prabhu.
Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful explanation, and thank you for this question also, Sunil Prabhu. Yes, various times we think, oh God, I want to leave this, but Krishna is very strong that he once he chooses a soul towards him, he will not let him go. There are phases that we think that this is really very tough. I cannot do this, but still we cannot leave. Also, that's a point actually. Even if you want to leave. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And yes, we have again hand raises from Sudhakar Prabhu. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. I just, no question, but I would really like it. I just want to say my relation. You have given us a wonderful feel for me today. Telling about the importance of, I think last class also you mentioned about this one, how important it is to join the big mission. I remember that when you told me that there is a big mission and it is for us where we can contribute to the big mission. That's very, I just realized, Prabhu, just I want to share my realization. Of course, it's not badly. I live in this Middle East, Saudi actually. I see here, for example, when you talk about book distribution, it just reminds me, here I see a lot, of course, not on Hinduism, on Islam, they do this book distribution quite extensively here. Okay, so I'm not worried about other things, but when you talked about the big distribution and the importance of the message, it reminds me also, I think also should be, doing the same thing there to whatever extent. I think that is lacking in our country. And the other one, when you were talking about story of Madhendra Puri, it just reminded me of Prabhupada's story when he is leaving to the US. He has nothing, it's just like $40, and he's going to a country where all are strangers, and he made them the divine people. Wonderful, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for this class again.
Mass recruitment is going on. Let's join the army. So we have lots and lots and lots and lots to offer this younger generation, because unfortunately they have not got the advantage that we all got in terms of non-tech, modern era. We had seen, we can at least proudly say that we had some purity. At least if we say we saw some purity, the current generation, they have some advantages and some disadvantages. So we should make sure that we help them. And the book distribution part that you said, yes, once Sudhidharma Prabhu mentioned that when Britishers, the colonial period, whenever they go and try to take over a colony, they do 4 things. They learn the local language, they construct hospitals, they set up schools, and they give local people a job. That's all. Everybody is, after them. It is a very, interesting way how they were overruling a place where they went into. So the point is, if you take them in the good side of it, if you take on the good side of it, you please be kind enough to people. For the fundamental problem is, we have nobody to be kind upon us. Everybody is matlabi. Everybody is just looking at their own business. The moment you are kind, chipak jayenge log. In fact, sometimes they got so glued to you that you say, oh my God, do galle mat padna, aisa ho jata hai. So the point is, we definitely need to extend ourselves. But if all of us together extend ourselves, I am sure we will be able to handle the needs of the society, and it's very important. So thank you for your kind appreciation. All Vishnu Prabhupada.
Yeah, your train example is very good, Prabhuji. It is a real experience. I think that's a classic example one can tell to the younger generation at least. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Prahlad Prabhu.
Pranam Mataji, Dan Pranam Prabhuji, very encouraging class here. I just wanted to share a little reflection here. Bhagavan Krishna tells Arjun in 11th chapter, Mayye vete nihitaha purumeva nimitta matra bhav savyasachin. This one stanza has really encouraged me so many places, so many times in my life. I moved to United States in 95 and stayed at the New Jersey Temple. That's where I was for 2 years. And then I moved to Las Vegas. That was in 97. Las Vegas, there was no Krishna consciousness temple, no devotees, nothing at that time. I moved in October of 97. And then I found out one Bengali gentleman by the name Mr. Gopal Dutt, Gopal Dutt, yes. So he was doing some home satsang like that. So I joined that. Later on, I found out that he was not very much appreciative of Krishna consciousness, but he was following Narayan Maharaj and like that kind of thing. After that, she moved out from here. And then from there, I took it up and we started doing some home programs like that. And still we are doing this after so many years like that. And the main thing which we did was to do book distribution. A lot of people contributed and we got from BBT Los Angeles so many books like that. So over the years, so many books we have distributed, and I'm so grateful. I took initiation from Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj in 1984 in Africa, where he says, Yaha prakasya vitiryacha. Prabhupada Sahitya, Yaha prakasya vitirya. So his main was on book distribution. So one time I met Radha Govind Swami in New Jersey, 96 like that. And I told him, Maharaj, I'm going Las Vegas, but there is no temple there. And I was, what will I do? Then he says, no, don't be discouraged. Go and do whatever little you can do and Krishna will help. And he said that, as an intelligent person, one should see that everything moves actually to the plan of Lord Sri Krishna. And then he also quoted this love. And then, he said that you go and be the instrument, that's all. And, I'm so grateful that I got his Asirvad. And Prabhuji, your association is also so good for all of us. Thank you very much again. And thank you for allowing me to speak. Haribol.
So wonderful, Pranam Prabhu. I'm, you're such a senior devotee and been in this movement for such a long time. My prostrate obeisances to you and all glories to the wonderful service. All the Las Vegas devotees will be very, very happy. New Jersey devotees will be very happy everywhere, wherever you touched. Thank you so much for your, inspiration. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. We have Nitin Rasani, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dharmat Pranam to all of you. Prahlad Prabhuji, thank you very much for inspiring us and showing it through your example that we can be into this moment. We just have to keep doing what we are supposed to do. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my question to you is now that though we are trying, we don't feel that we are trying to bring people to Krishna consciousness and we don't feel great about it. That is not the attachment. But when they are not taking up to what we want them to do, that makes us sad and maybe our sadhana gets deviated due to that. अरे इतना बोल रहे नहीं कर रहे क्या हो रहा है क्यों नहीं कर रहे ये तो करना जरूरी है क्यों नहीं why are they not checking up to it so those things make us deviate from our sadhana Prabhuji. How do we overcome this?
Two aspects to it. One is sometimes these symptoms are good symptoms. Sometimes these symptoms could as well be anartha. So we'll have to finally very closely observe whether it is a favorable one or unfavorable one. Because one of the principles of preaching is I preach, but I don't possess. Because I preach, and doesn't mean that I won't. Sometimes people are so possessive of the people whom they have preached that if anybody else come and talk to them Krishna consciousness, you get restless. Oh my God, this is the guy I preached. ये उनको मैंने कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस में लाया, इनको मैंने कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस में लाया. अबे पर लाया तो सही, तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है? So the point is that to that extent we should not go. So if the stage goes to the stage of possessiveness and try to be, they are my people, so it's an anartha. I'm sure you're not addressing that. But the idea is that it is this way. Our duty is to help them, facilitate them, and try to also be available to solve some challenges. Like a doctor. A doctor cannot go home and cry for all his patients. When the doctor come to the clinic, prescribe, when the patient is with him, the patient has come for follow-up, or maybe a follow-up call to the patient if the doctor can be a little extra kind. But the doctor starts crying. The doctor stops, oh my God, last 20 days, so many patients came to me, none of them got cured. I will give up my practice. Then that's stupidity. So hence, there are several people, Srila Prabhupada preached, tens and thousands of people. But all that was left is only thousands. All the other great ones, they are, holding on to the seat that Srila Prabhupada gave. But Srila Prabhupada never deterred in his approach. He kept on going, kept on going. So our duty is, we are all soldiers. So we keep battling with Maya, try to rescue as many people as we can. But those whom we couldn't rescue, or those soldiers who are with us, with whom we can't function, or those soldiers who once were soldiers but now, lame. For all of them, we should feel sorry, but that should not deter our execution of Krishna consciousness. And to make sure that we don't deter, we should always remain in a team. It is explained that if you can't be the source of inspiration, you be with someone who is a source of inspiration to maintain your quotient. This I have seen several times. Sometimes we will be a source of inspiration to our team of devotees. Sometimes you will not be able to give because you are lost with all the juice and you are, down to your rock bottom. At that time, seek association and recharge yourself. Going for yatra, going for, some japa sessions, spending some quality time with your self-realized associations, spending some time, you can recharge, you get the real perspectives, you'll be able to clearly see through what I'm supposed to be worried about, what I'm not supposed to be worried about. This is always our juice, like Bhagavata and Bhagavatam are always our go-to places for surcharging and being in the right alignment. Otherwise, Delulu is the Solulu. People will always be around you. Okay?
Thank you very much for reminding about Bhagavata and Bhagavatam as well, Prabhuji. One more additional question I would like to add, Prabhuji. Sometimes we feel when we are trying to take association or seek association, as you also mentioned today's class as well, ज्यादा चिपकू ही हो रहे हैं हम लोग, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. ऐसा फील करती हूँ मैं कभी कभी, मतलब कितना सता रहे हैं हम लोग. अभी जैसे whenever I'm asking questions also, I get a string of questions one after other, they start erupting. I feel ये कुछ ज्यादा ही नहीं हो रहा है, ज्यादा ही डिस्टर्ब नहीं कर रहे. So उसके
Our principle of any activity is activity, not stagnancy. So if by your questioning yourself, if the action is moving forward and not backwards or not disrupting, that's okay. The moment you realize disruption or you think that probably you are causing disruption, you can wait. That is why, I was giving a class to Bhakti Shastri students. One of the most powerful word a practicing devotee should learn is WAIT. Use the word wait. For everything, don't jump. Whether it is distress, wait. Whether it is happiness, wait. Excitement, wait. So before I respond, because immediately, if I'm extremely happy, I jump, extremely sorrow, I cry. So then we will not be able to function. The reason the word wait is, the wait will help us to reconcile. Hey, how much I'm supposed to be reacting? It's not easy, but we have to build into this practice, because we are in the stage of anishtita bhajana kriya. When I say we, in general, some of us are in, in anishtita bhajana kriya. Madhurya Kadamini says there are 6 different symptoms. So we will be little unstable only, because there's a nature of anishtita bhajana kriya. When you are not yet nishtad, you are not yet firmly fixed. As I'm giving class, I'm excited. Right after this, I'll watch cricket match. I'll get more excited. After that, I'll watch Indian Idol. I'll get more excited. Then tomorrow morning, I'll once again hear Bhagavatam class. I'll cry. So I go between all extremes and sway between that. Who am I actually? Am I the Bhagavatam listener who cried, or am I the audience who played with this? So we don't know. We are confused people at this point in time. But all that we know is that this confusion is a good confusion, because if I keep getting confused and work on this confusion, a day will come where I will swing more towards Krishna and Srimad Bhagavatam, and these all will wither away. So wait is a good word. Okay.
Thank you for fanning that spark in me, Prabhuji. Thanks a lot. One additional question, please, may I ask? Prabhuji, when in that period of WAIT we are, that time we are provoked more and more, I feel. We are tested more and more. Oh, to respond in a way which we do not want to. So, how to overcome this one as well?
Some failure is good, so long as the failure can pull us to, because we should have some guilt also, some failure also. Not that they are supposed to be celebrated. Suppose everything has gone very good, मेरा छाती छोड़ा हो जाता है, 2-4 मार खा लेनी चाहिए, तो तब जाके झुक जाएंगे. So this is not to generalize that only being successful is wrong, but the simple thumb rule is, as a practicing devotee, so we are not new. The entire acharyas, if you see why they are giving so many tools, if there's a book called Obstacles on the Path of Krishna Consciousness by Satsuru Maharaj. I'm not sure if you got a chance to see that. So several acharyas have written their realizations, how they managed. So there is not necessarily one strategy. What works for you is different from what works for me, is different from what works for somebody else. But what we are talking is general principle. All of us have different question papers. Let us not copy each other's, thinking that, oh, we are all devotees, let us copy each other's. From them, I'll write an answer. We have a different question paper. But only thing is, we have same destination. We are all getting same degree with different question paper and have different answers. But the only motivation is, we are all students. Let's motivate, cheer up. Yes, we pass this module, next module is further easier. We pass this module, next module is further easier. That's all. And we'll get there. Okay?
Okay, Prabhuji. Hari Bol. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Sukha Sagari
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Hi Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. Always Shri Guru Srila Prabhupada. Thanks Prabhuji for your class. I was listening on YouTube, then I hopped onto the call, just so I can listen to the Q&A, and also if I have questions, I could perhaps get your help on. So there was, thanks Prabhuji, you always put so much focus on preaching and spreading Krishna consciousness to others. Recently we had this experience where my husband, he met a very young person, like maybe 22 or 23 years old, and he was asking my Prabhuji a lot of questions, and um, in particular, like one question he asked was, all these other religions, they kind of do this preaching and proselytizing and things like that. So why are you doing that? He said, my husband, I mean, gave all those regular answers, Krishna, the preacher is dearer to Krishna, and why not give this is the topmost dharma. But he was like, why are you doing when it's such a profound science and such a when our and this person is from a Sri Vaishnava family, and I mean, and he was attending all the Mangal Aartis, and I mean, definitely did appear very, very keen, and this was a very genuine question from him. Not like he was trying to question authority or something like that, but he was like, when the
process itself is so sublime. Then why are you doing this? Why are you taking down, names and numbers and trying to, literally go after them and things like that? You don't need that. This. I mean, this is out there, and people will naturally take to it. Why are we behaving like the other, other sects or other religions like that? So, what would be a convincing answer, Prabhu, in your thought?
Wow. Your Prabhu is a wonderful preacher. I'm sure he would have done the best, and everybody knows his capabilities. So I'm just thinking, without judging anyone or without much of background as a principle, we are preaching because we are asked to preach. We have been told to preach. My spiritual master, maybe your spiritual master, your parampara, maybe they're all, Sri Vaishnavism have got a different, context. So we can take different threads, depends upon the tone, mode, medium, and things like that. The answers can vary, but I can give you 3 basic points. Number 1, I am preaching because I am told to preach. Number 2, I am preaching because that is my duty towards the blessings that I received. And number 3, I am preaching because I am cleaning my surrounding. Why are you cleaning your house? Why are you cleaning your society building down? Why are you cleaning because I am living, so I need my surroundings to be clean. So if my surroundings are not clean, what will my future children, my grandchildren, where will they go? Where will my students go? It is a crime. Why when bad product get advertised, should the good product not get advertised 4 times more than the bad product? So the idea is that if bad things are promoted, I was just today when I was coming back from a meeting, I was thinking that as much as materialistic people are putting their energy, blood to make things wonderful, Krishna conscious devotees take it easy. We should put 4 times, maybe not even 4 times. We put half the effort of them, we would be 4 times successful. In the sense that sometimes why these questions come up is also because some fanaticism is also being plugged into the preaching. So to that extent, we can value those comments saying that don't be fanatic in your preaching, but our preaching is sharing of our wisdom that we gained. And I very clearly say, I do it because I've been told to. That's my duty, and I'm cleaning my surrounding. I am cleaning so that I clean, you clean, everybody clean. We will have less jokers around. Otherwise, our children, our grandchildren will be exposed to some things which they need not be exposed. America once used to be, according to the people, old people, used to be a very religious place. People used to go for church. Now who is going to church? Nobody wants to even recognize themselves to be in part of any religion. What to speak of Krishna consciousness? They do not want religion word itself. They don't want. So is that not social welfare? Should we not even do social welfare? If somebody is throwing garbage at the road, you have to say, don't throw garbage at the road. It is as simple as it is. So our mood is that. That's the generic answer I would give. I'm not sure if I make sense.
No, total sense, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. It's just that the first approach you mentioned, like my guru told me to do it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's a wonderful answer, no doubt. Like it's coming from authority, but for like somebody, who is not so much exposed to like the concept of guru and things, and also, this person especially is going to a top school, we were thinking he may be expecting a more shastric or a more informed answer rather than saying my mom or dad told me to do it kind of thingy. So, but yeah, the other answers, yes, Prabhuji, maybe, like you said, cleaning the environment and things like that may help, Prabhuji.
I will tell you, Mataji, when some devotees are part of Indian Institute of Technology in India, some devotees, and they are saying today the topmost intelligentsias in B schools and technology schools and places, they are very poor in emotional intelligence and spiritual intelligence. Very poor. And they have a course on ethics, morality, and emotional intelligence. You are creating so wonderful nanotechnology, whatever technology, but they cannot manage their husbands or wives. They can manage the whole world. I'm sorry to say there are some couples who come to my house for counseling that husband is making 5 lakhs rupees every month salary, but he cannot manage his wife. 16 times he go, oh, Prabhu, please help me. You are managing 1,000 crores of somebody's funds. What happened to the intelligence? So the point is that, it's unfortunately, the society is teaching so much of skills, failed to teach that the emotional intelligence and spiritual intelligence, if they are missing, we are nothing but machines. And we are giving birth to so many machines. It's extremely important. Gauranga Prabhu mentioned that if religious studies are not part of children education, people at one point in time will question why religion is needed. And that is what is happening. So, and in the name of secularism, secular country, secular things, people are walking away from religion. So Prabhu made a very nice point saying, being secular doesn't mean that I don't subscribe to any religion. Being secular could as well mean I learn to all the religion and follow what best I can follow. So rejecting religion has, even from a very gross conversational perspective, is wrong. That's what I'm saying.
Sure, probably. I think also the modern education system, or I don't know what the deal is, even the employment, environment, economy, everything is pushing. In some sense, it's also pushing people towards that kind of a robotic, mindset, where if you show some compassion or try to be more listening, then you're considered to be dumb, or considered lacking, more lacking. I mean, people in for some reason more assertive or aggressive people are considered better performers. And like, I think the world is such that I feel that like you were saying in the beginning of the class, that the youth is kind of dumb to not even understand a simple fact. But I also agree, I mean, I also feel that like the pressures on them today, and the kind of life they're being forced to, not that everybody wants to do that, but they're just forced to do many things against their wishes, and just for survival's sake, not even like to lead a very happy life, for even for survival they are required to do, and across so many checks, boxes, that it's stressful for them, I feel, than our times, at least. I feel, I sometimes I pity them, like I mean, in the good sense that they have to go through so much. Like, I'm so sure you're aware, like the competition is
The
increasing.
most scariest, Mataji, is being insensitive. The most scariest is being insensitive. I'm saying that you're so insensitive, that all I could think of is I, me, mine. And that also I do it wrongly. If I do I, me, mine in a good way, at least somehow you delivered yourself, we can think. I, me, mine in ignorance. So that is the pity of this. And in this insensitivity, so family life is gone, social life is gone, and everything is gone. So we are just some bunch of creating some animals. That's also very, very scary. So hence, we all have to extend. I am just looking at sometimes devotees. Unfortunately, coincidentally, I'm not having children, but I am just only my heart goes to all those who have got kids. How they will be, all devotee kids, how they will be holding on to themselves. Or somehow my child should get settled well, should get right life partner, should get good job, should be nice. To even protect them is such a scariest thing. Even amongst devotee couples, devotee families, there are so many challenges because of all this drama, being brought by this modern education. So we are in a very precarious condition. We have a wonderful solution. we are surrounded by so many nonsense ideologies and we have to walk through them. We need many, many, many more Madhavendra Puri's kripa for us to deliver ourselves and our children. And I guess we have enough resources. Are we ready to use them for our benefit? That's the question.
Sure, Prabhu. Yeah, you're right, Prabhuji. It's not an easy task to educate them because they're so caught in that mire of whatever that's taking them through life. And yes, Prabhuji, you're right. It's not easy to break through that. Because I think the system is doing it to them, and in
Yes.
some sense, they have to go along to survive. It's become like that, the world. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very, very insightful and thought-provoking class as always. Thank you. Hare Krishna. And Bhajan, if I'm sure, I mean, it's really late for you, but if everybody's okay and you're okay, if you have the time, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
All my neighbors will
Hare-
enjoy. Don't worry.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, we have two more hand rise.
Yeah, why not? Sure.
Okay. Sudhakar Prabhu.
Oh, sorry to bother you. I think it's already quite late.
No,
Just
that's
I
fine.
want to seek your advice, Prabhuji. Like maybe what I'm not denying any fact about book distribution in today's life or in today's context. Is really the book distribution is the better way, or is there any other better way for the children or the upcoming generation or even the current generation to get into the Krishna consciousness?
Prabhuji, no one strategy is a right or wrong strategy. What works for whom has to be figured out. For somebody, book distribution may not be. Somebody, we have to do reel distribution. We have to start doing reel distribution, create reels and distribute them. For somebody, it is cookies distribution. For somebody, it is movie distribution. So we have to two things. Keep innovating. I gave a class to some bunch of youths. What Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says, if you have life in your spirituality, you can't keep quiet. Bhaktisiddhanta says that if you are spiritually surcharged, you can't keep quiet. You will keep doing something. And what you will do? You will keep innovating. You will be keep on creative. Like an entrepreneur. I try to create a product and I will not create anymore. No, I'll keep innovating, keep inventing, keep adapting, keep customizing. So book distribution worked wonders. Some of us are sitting here because of that. But I'm not saying that that's a limiting factor, but probably there are the world is, that is why utility is the principle. The world is wide open. Please, you're welcome. Guru Maharaj, Jayapada Maharaj asked that day. So, Ramgiridhari, what are you doing? I said, Guru Maharaj, I'm running a software company. Second question he asked is, how many AI engineers do you have in your company? So he asked that, which means, Narottam Das Thakur says, Prabhu, Narottam Das Thakur says, when the entire book load was stolen by the thieves, thinking that they have some wealth. It's a wonderful story altogether. So Narottam Das Thakur is saying, I wish I have a technology and a printing press. He didn't use the word printing press. I have a methodology. I could copy all the Acharya's books into several thousand copies and distribute to the whole world. That was his longing. Assume that today, if Narottam Das Thakur and Srila Prabhupada are present, they will not leave one stone unturned available in this technology that to be used in Krishna's service. So that is our intelligence. So every idea is welcome, so long as you are not carried away by the technology and remain in Krishna consciousness. Because many times we see people, cow protection, they are cow consciousness, not Krishna consciousness. Organic farming, they are farming consciousness, not Krishna consciousness. So we'll have to make sure that all of them are wonderful, needed part of Krishna consciousness, but the focus is Krishna consciousness and Vaishnava care. Name Ruchi, Jive Daya, Vaishnava Seva. That is our mantra. Make sense?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Haribo. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Nutan Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I just wanted to add to Mataji's question. She asked previously, now why should we preach? You addressed it very nicely. Through simple example, I would also like to share what happened. Why is it important to preach? Just yesterday, I went to temple, Shri Radha Gopinath temple. So there what happened, many youngsters, they came to the temple. They are taking photos, selfies and all. And they sat. It was such a nice thing. But then I felt, I was about to start my round. And then I felt they are also about to sit. I just asked, would they be interested to chant? And they agreed. So what is Panchatattva mantra? Why are we chanting? We discussed for a couple of minutes and they all could chant. And just 9 to 10 Matajis and 3, 4 Prabhujis were there that moment. So we all chanted one round together. Because of them, I also was able to chant, means along with devotees, I was able to chant, I felt. And after the chanting, there was one Mataji who was so much inspired. I don't know why. Maybe she said, I would like to take one mala and try to and opt continuing this japa every day, is what she mentioned. So I felt it's so nice. Means they are taking Krishna's name. No one asked them to continue it as well. Means one statement just we say, but they are inspired to take up to chanting because they tried it once. So if I would have not made an attempt to, okay, I that was agreed that I wanted to chant with all of them. So I Swartha, Paramartha means in my Swarth there was some Paramartha that took place, I felt. So if we restrain ourselves from giving the knowledge which we have, then it is not fair on our part, I feel, because we also have experienced because of some other devotees' mercy. We are into this. I really have this understanding very much, Prabhuji, that if not for other devotees, I would not have been here. And how the way you also inspire us, means you take up our questions and you help answer all of them so patiently. I that encourages me as well, Prabhuji. And one more point, in basic language, in the material life world example, if you want to tell, then teachers when they are taught in their B.Ed training or so, they are told a teacher not just inspires one life, but they inspire the generations and generations and generations to come. So when we are preaching, we are not just telling to this set of people, but it will be inspiring generations to come. For example, take the instance of Srimad Bhagavad Gita only. When the advent happened 5,000 years ago, but still today, Krishna as a teacher, he preached to Arjuna, and our lives are being influenced because of that. So is not preaching correct? Preaching is correct. And what is preaching? Whenever we understand or we are held by something, even one word, you learn one word about Krishna, okay, you tell that one word about Krishna, is what I learned from Radhesham Prabhuji as well. I used to feel, how can I preach? How can we tell? We cannot tell so nicely everything and all. But this one sentence from Radhesham Prabhuji's class, when he was addressing all of us, that time I felt so good. Oh, whatever we learn about Krishna, we just share it with others. We are not even trying to make an attempt to go and read to Srimad Bhagavatam and all, but still, whatever you know, whatever you learned today, just share it with someone else, and that becomes preaching. So that point also helped me a lot to share whatever I listen about Krishna, to share it with others. So Mataji, in that material life sense also, this preaching thing, I think that way we can tell that Prabhuji, whoever is thinking that it's not essential, not helpful. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Wonderful.
much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, so no more hand raise, but in chat everyone is praising the class. So if you have time, Prabhuji, as a request, you can sing a Vaishnava bhajan.
Okay, so there's a new song. I'm not a new song. It's a song called Govardhana Ashtakam. So it's a song composed by Viswanath Chakravarti Thakura. So, I'm not sure if there are many tunes, but I chose a simple tune to sing them. I'll read the meaning first, and then the reason I'm reading this is because we have been talking about winning more souls. So maybe pray to the lotus feet of Giriraj that he fulfills the desire to win more souls, especially including ours. So may Govardhana hill, which by Krishna's mercy became the king of all mountains and received the respectful tribute of its arch enemy Indra, fulfill my desire. As it was held above the earth, it became so filled with happiness by experiencing the softness of its beloved Krishna's lotus hand. It did not even know it was being struck by Indra's thunderbolt. May Govardhana hill fulfill my desire. Trying to collect a toll, Krishna quarreled there with King Vrishabhanu's daughter. The personified Vedas yearned to listen to that quarrel. May Govardhana hill fulfill my desire. Bathing in a nearby lake, the elephant of a pleasant breeze, covered pollen of kadamba and other flowers, gracefully plays there. May Govardhana hill fulfill my desire. Thus the sweet fragrance of Govardhana come from the musk deer who relax there, from the Lord who plays there, or is it Govardhana's own natural scent? May Govardhana hill fulfill my desire. Searching there for Lord Hari on the path of his flute music, the astonished deer do not find him. May Govardhana hill fulfill my desire. As the divine couple traveled on the Ganges there, the boat began to sink in the middle. Krishna was splendidly handsome as Radha clung to his neck. May Govardhana hill fulfill my desire. Without taking shelter of the feet of the hill, that is the best of Lord Hari's servant, and full of love for the divine king and queen, how is it possible to attain pure devotional service? May Govardhana hill fulfill my desire. May the reader of these 8 verses, glorifying the Lord Hari's greatest servant, his heart melting with pure love, quickly attain direct service to the lotus feet of Shri Radha Madhava. Krishna prasadena samasta shaila samrajyamapnoti cha vairinopi shakrasya yah prapya balim sa sakshat govardhano me dishatam abhishtam swapreshthahastambuja saukumarya sukhanubhute bhumi vrithe Mahendra Vajrahatimapyajanan Govardhano me dishatam abhishtam Yatraiva Krishno Vrishabhanu putyam Danam grihitum kalaham vitene Shute sprha yatra mahatyata shri Govardhano me dishatam abhishtam Snatva sarasvasu samira hasti Yatraiva nipadi paragadhuli Alolayan kelati charu sashri Govardhano me dishatam abhishtam Kasturika bhisayitam kimatreti Uham prabho swasya muhurvitanman Naisargika sviya shila sugandhair Govardhano me dishatam abhishtam Vamsa pratidvani anusara vartma Didrikshavo yatra harim harinya Yantyo labante nahi vishmitasam Govardhano me dishatam abhishtam Yatraiva ganga manuna viradam Arohya madhye tu nimagna naukam Krishno hi radhanugalo bhavausa Govardhano me dishatam abhishtam Veena bhavet kim haridasa varyam पदाश्रयां भक्तिरतश्रयामि यं येव सप्रेम निजेशयो श्री गोवर्धनो मे दिशतामभीष्टम् एतत्पतेद्यो हरिदासवर्यं महानुभावाष्टकमर्द्रचेता श्रीराधिकामाधवयोपदाब्ज दास्यं स विन्देत चिरेण साक्षात् हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल थैंक यू सो मच हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hari 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 Bol. Hare Krishna. So very nice class with a nice question and answer session. And yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. We don't find any more hand raise. And everyone is glorifying about the bhajan also. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Even after, so we'll have to learn so many things from you, Prabhuji. So it's late over there, but still you gave your time for us and sang a very beautiful bhajan. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So this dedication is what we needed. Please bless us also, Prabhuji, to have such a kind of dedication in this moment. As I said in the class, that what we are doing here, we'll have to give ourselves to this moment to some extent. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Once again, with your permission, we can end the session here. Vancha kalpatrupya kripa sindhupaya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrindike Jai Srila
Jai.
Prabhupada Jai His Grace
Jai.
Ramgiridhari Prabhuji ki Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much, dear devotees, for joining the call. We'll see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.